uh, and where we challenge royal spin. And we speak honestly about power privilege and the people who benefit most from silence. So, I'm your host, Lawrence Bate. I know you guys have been missing me. I know you guys you want me back to online. Thank you so much for bringing me back. Please subscribe to my channel for those who are joining in. For those who haven't, please subscribe. Click the notification bell also for you to get me back and on live, guys. So anyway, and today's episode is not arty. It's timing. It's should I call it? It's tactics, and it's about a pattern so obvious that even royalists accidentally admitted it out loud. Today, we are talking about panic behind the palace walls. We are talking about sudden bursts of duty. And we are talking about why certain royals only seem to remember their job description whenever Prince Harry steps into the spotlight. So, because this week, royal commentators openly suggested that the Prince and Princess of Wales they only carried out engagement because Prince Harry returned to the UK for his court case against the British press, not because it is expected of them, not because public service is their responsibility, but because Harry was back and visible. So pause with me for a moment and let the truth settle. It is not a duty, it is not a commitment, it is not a service, but it's a reaction. So let's rewind and set the scene properly. This week, Prince William and Kate Middleton, I hope you all saw that, suddenly appeared at separate public engagements. Solo outings carefully photographed, neatly reported, and right on cue. Royal commentators rushed in with applause, praising their so-called dedication and early momentum. Look at them walking. They said, and look at how they are committed, they are already. But squaddies, we don't stop at headlines. We look at a context. Prince William appeared on a farm. You all saw that, wearing a flat cap and an authentically playing dress up as a huntsman on the countryman, pruning trees while joking about being a lumberjack. Kate, on the other hand, attended a polished reception at Windsor Castle, greeting England women rugby team with practiced smiles, jazz and carefully curated glamour. So, squaddies, what was I talking about? Not, let me be clear, supporting women's sports is important, and nobody is disputing that. What is worth questioning, though, is not the events themselves, but their timing. Because of all this happened during the very same week, Prince Harry returned to the High Court to continue his legal fight against associated newspapers. The publisher of the Daily Mail, the same media machine that has spent years attacking him and his wife and his children, and suddenly, almost magically, the wallets were everywhere. This is where the mask slips. Tom Sykes, writing on the Royalist, revealed that allies of William and Kate claimed the couple didn't want to be distracted by Harry's so-called controversial court case. The word distracted is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Think about what they actually mean. They scheduled engagements not because they were already planned, not because communities needed them, but because Harry court appearance was looming so large that it required counter-programming. Their defenders framed it as professionalism, but what they actually described was obsession. Because how you are distracted by something, unless you are watching it closely, this narrative doesn't make William and Kate look calm or focused. It makes them look hypeware, reactive, and deeply invested in controlling the optics whenever Harry moves. It feels like, it feels less leadership and more like keeping one eye permanently fixed on Harry's calendar. So, according to Sykes, the Royalists were consciously occupied media space. And that phrase alone should raise eyebrow. This wasn't about quiet service or steady commitment. This was about visibility management. Feeling the news cycle so Harry courtroom battle didn't dominate headlines uncontested. Why does this matter? Because Harry standing in a courtroom exposes the entire rotten ecosystem. His case forces conversations about phone hacking, illegal surveillance, and cozy relationships between the tabloids and the Palestinos. And the decades-long abuse normalized by the British press. This is not comfortable conversation for the institution. So, what's the response when the truth walks into the High Court in suit and tie? You distract. Yes. You flood the zone. You prune trees for cameras. You host glittering reception. And you hope the public looks at the flat cap instead of the court transcripts. So, Royalists love to push a simple contrast. Harry as drama, William and Kate as calm service. They call that. It's neat, yes, but it's marketing. Because what Harry is actually doing is the hardest kind of work there is. Challenging powerful systems that profit from the silence and intimidations. He's paying for it with his money, his time, his mental health, and his reputation. He is standing alone in the courtrooms that most people would never dare to enter. Meanwhile, William and Kate's appearance feel conditional. They don't show up consistently throughout the year. They don't maintain a steady rhythm of public engagement. They don't dominate quiet months with tireless service. But the moment Harry is back in the UK, back in the headlines, back in the court, suddenly the camera rolls. The diary is open and the engagement. So they want to just explode everything and they want to write a scripts, articles, they want to publish just because of clicks. But the moment Harry is back in the UK, in headline, back in the court, suddenly, it's not just anyone still believe this is coincidence. Let's talk about what's coming next. William and Kate are scheduled to travel to Scotland next week. Timed, once again, to overlap nearly with Harry's ongoing trial and testimony. The same pattern we've seen over and over again for years. Harry returns. William and Kate want to appear. Meghan speaks. the palace leaks. The Sussex shine. Counter-programming begins. This isn't a random. It is strategic. And the fact that royal commentators continue to deny it only makes it more obvious. Here is the ultimate irony. The loudest defenders of William and Kate doing the most damage to their image because it's trying to frame them as diligent and focused. They have revealed something far less flattering, that their activity depends on Harry movement. When your defenders openly admit that your relevance spikes only when someone else is active, that's not a flex, that's a dependency. It suggests their public presence isn't driven by purpose, but proximity to Harry's shadow. And sometimes it truly feels like their most enthusiastic champions are their biggest liabilities. Sorry for that. So, Prince Harry isn't hiding. He isn't running. He isn't performing optics for applause. He's standing in a court, confronting institutions that hurt him, his wife, and countless others. And every single time he does, the palace reacts, the rota mobilize, the engagements appear, the wallet suddenly walk. It's really shocking. So if Harry wasn't there, it was this visible. If he wasn't challenging power. So next time when you see this royalist try to bring in there, you know they are always want to search for clicking. So for me, today's code is I don't have much today. I wasn't ready for this, but I know the royalists will never win whenever they always want to come in between Harry and Meghan. Please, please let's keep supporting me on this channel. I'm trying also to join through you guys, and please subscribe, share to your families and friends, support me through this channel. Thank you so much, and I'm going to end this live right now. Bye bye.